Hello everyone, my name is Austin. I'm here to do a board game setup with you. I'm here to review, setup and then review 3,000 Scoundrels. I'm going to set up, play a day or so, and then do a review. This is going to be the setup video. Okay, so this is 3,000 Scoundrels. The main point of the game is that you have different traits and different job cards. And they're basically the clothes and the human of a scoundrel is what they call them. And by combining different traits with different jobs, they create different scoundrels. And there's 3,000 different variations. So you're going to do this. When hired is the trait, and then it says use, then discard from the saloon. Gain 1 reputation, gain $5. That's the job. Each card is going to have a different value over here to buy the scoundrel. And that's the main point of the game. That's going to be one of the biggest benefits in the game. I'm going to show you the setup. And the greatest part about that is it gives you so much variation. Games talk about variation, but it actually gives you variation. So you're going to grab your setup booklet here. You're going to flip right to the page number 5, and you're going to do setup. So I'm going to set up a full 3-day game with 2 players. Okay, so that means I go over step 1. Part of step 2, then I skip to step 3, 4, 5, and I go all the way through F, and I ignore part of F, and I'll explain that later, and then we do 6. Okay, so setup. First, you take the main game board, which is in the top there. I kind of have already set up some stuff as a 2-player game, so work with me, and I'll explain it as we go. Open the game board, we did that. You create the job in your traits deck. Before your first game, you place all cleared job cards in sleeves, matching their color. The job cards are going to be, they're already in colored sleeves over there, but they're going to be the clear cards, and they're going to have a colored border on the bottom of them. Those colored borders match the back colors of the sleeves, and you're going to separate them into their colored piles. Now, what it says next is what confused me at first, but it's already showing you it right over here. What you're going to do is you're going to take the traits. The traits are these blue and red cards right here. They're numbered 1 for blue traits, 2 for red traits. You're going to take those and separate them over here, and then you're going to separate each of the jobs by color and put them into their own groups. Now what you're going to do in the next section, it shows you in this red little section for a 2-day game, but we're setting up a 3-day game, so I'll show you in a little. But what you're going to do, it's going to tell you to grab a certain number of each of those colored cards. You're going to grab the colored cards it tells you to, but what you do is each colored deck you separate amongst it, or you shuffle amongst itself. But when it comes to forming your deck, you're stacking color on color. You're not shuffling the colors together. Okay, so to set up a 2-player game, we're playing the 3 days, so we skip this red little section, and you go right to the back of it where you see the optional rules. The optional rules are going to have another little red box, and I'm going to show you how to set up a 2-player game using the optional rules. So you grab, of the traits, 20 blue 1 trait cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And it says on top. So that's going to be on top of the deck. And you're going to grab all of the reds. That's your trait pile. I've already shuffled these. That's your trait pile. That literally sits right here. You put the rest of these cards back in the box. Then you go to the jobs for a 2-player. You grab 6 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be on top like it says. You put the rest of the green back in the pile. And then it's going to have you grab 10 purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to put that below the green in the pile. And then you're going to put the rest of the purples back in the box. And then you're going to grab the black pile. And it says use all the black. So it's going to be green, purple, black, and you're going to use that as your job pile. Those go next to each other, next to the board wherever you want them to go. I'm going to go within space. Then you flip right back to page number 5 and finish your set up. So we go to step 3, we're going to populate the slum. So now what you do, you have your trait pile and your job pile. You're going to grab one trait card from the top, you're going to grab one job pile card from the top. And the reason why you start with green is because they're usually cheaper. You're going to put the trait card behind the job card, and then it forms one card. The trait card said stunning, the job card says prospector, you have stunning prospector. The trait card had, when you play a 6 card, you do this job twice. The job card said you gain $3, so you gain $3 twice. That's going to go on the far right side of the saloon, and then you do that with the rest of the cards to populate your saloon. Now, step number 4 says place safes. Alright, so they're already placed, but your safes are going to come in 3 different flavors: blue, gray, and red. They're orange. You're going to have 1 extra safe than you need per color. So you grab all of that color, shuffle them together, and place 1 in each slot. The blue goes in the laboratory. You're going to leave the extra safes are going to be right here, left over on the board, because abilities can use them. There's going to be 3 left over. Grab the gray slot safes and put 1 in each slot. Grab the orange safes, put 1 in each slot. Leftovers here. Step 5, you're gonna choose your leaders. So we have Doc Zimmer already chosen and Preston Kane. Then what you do is you follow along on that journey, that step. So when you choose your leader, you're gonna grab 7 marks. Your marks are the symbols. The symbols on the marks match the symbols on your leader. So they call them suits, but hearts match hearts on your marks. These are your marks here. They're going to be numbered differently, and they're going to have different sides to mark the safes as you go. Then you're going to want to grab your 3 henchmen cards. They also have your hearts on them. They're in the jail over there, which I'll explain next. And then you're going to want to grab your 1 reputation token, which is on the reputation track on the main game board. All right. Then you're going to want to grab your 7 poker cards that, again, match your suits on your leader's card. Then you want to follow along on step 5, A through F, to set up a 3-player game. You're going to place 1 of your henchmen in the jail. Done. You're going to place your reputation. The jail is in the top left, by the way. We play it there in the sheriff's office and jail area. You place your reputation token on the 0 space of the reputation track. We've already done that with the spade and the heart. That's the reputation track. You begin at 0. They call the reputation tech, because that's how the game plays. Then you place a reference card near your sheet. We've already got those here and here. These are the reference cards with the front and the back. Then you shuffle your poker deck, which is this deck right here. And what you're going to want to do is, once you've shuffled it, you don't look at the cards. No one looks at the cards. You grab the top 4 of the deck, and then you put those down, face down, and you can then see the cards that you pulled from your hand. Only you, no one else. Then you return your we do step F because we're playing the 3 full day game with 2 players. So these are the strategy cards. They're going to be in the deck. You grab the 2 strategy cards that match your character, and you choose between one of them and place it face down on your board. When the other person's also chosen, then you flip them over together and reveal what extra ability you have been given that round. Transform allies. Alright, so and then return the other strategy back to the box so you don't use it. Then you go to step 6, which is determine who the first player is randomly. Doesn't matter how you do that. Then you start the game. That is the setup for 3,000 Scoundrels.